Guys, hope you're having a good weekend. This is Stepdad here doing my Saturday 4 p.m. Mountain Time live stream, and I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm traveling this weekend, so I thought I'd share some tips about packing. So welcome as you jump on. For those of you getting on here, if you just give me a thumbs up or let me know that you're hearing that the audio is coming in okay, and I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk. I'm going to show you. Hopefully I don't have anything in my suitcase that I don't want you to see. But I figured I'd show you since I'm traveling. I'm doing a road trip this weekend and next week. And so packing is not something that necessarily anyone shows you if you don't learn how to do it. So I figured it'd kind of be a dad thing to do today's live stream on. So glad you guys are here as you're jumping on. I wish I didn't need my glasses to read it. Goobert Coleman, hi, how are you? If any of you guys have ever had questions about packing, we're going to look at some things. Now, there's different ways you pack for what you're going to be doing. If you're flying, it's a little bit different, but a lot of the pointers that I'm going to give you are going to be the same. So rather than just tell you what I'm going to tell you about, we're going to just do it here. So I have this morning I drove about 6 hours to where I am now, and so I did my packing last night. I put it all together then, and if someone doesn't mind, just let me know that the audio is okay. If you can put in the chat that the audio is good. Oh, okay, good. It sounds like you're hearing me because you answered the question, so that's good. Just want to make sure the tech's working. So if you're traveling and you've got to pack something, where you're going determines, and how you're getting there determine on how much you're going to pack. This last June, I went on a backpacking trip, and there's a video that I did on how to pack a backpack. And obviously, if you're carrying it, you don't want it to be that heavy. And if you're going to hike for 10 miles, you want it to be as light as possible. But you want what you need when you get there. The same concept is true if you're going on a road trip like I am now, or if you're flying. But there's other restrictions when you're flying. So you got a little bit more latitude doing what I'm doing right now. So I'm on a road trip in a car. I don't have limitations on weight. I don't have to pay extra for an extra suitcase. So I can take everything I want to if I want to, but that's not necessarily the best way to do it. So the idea is take what you need, but don't take anything else. So let's just take a look at this for this one. So here's the suitcase that I've got. We've had luggage. Luggage is something like furniture. You buy it, you're going to have it for a while. It's not quite that same, but it's going to be around for a while. So yours might be different. You can have hard side, you can have soft side. This one has different compartments in it. So let me just show you how I do it. First of all, this upper pocket on the top, I'll save that for electronics. So I keep my plug. The plug's plugged in now, but I'll keep my earbuds, my charging cables. If I need, like when you go through security in an airport, then while you're waiting in line, I empty my pockets and stick them in there so that it's not I don't have to worry about that in the bucket when you're going through security. On a road trip, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So you can just put it in as it makes sense. So there's two here. I'll put my dirty clothes bag and a couple of books that I'm planning on reading while I'm gone. For this trip's going to be about a week, which is why it's a larger suitcase size. But most of the stuff goes in the main compartment. So let me give you just a couple of tips on that. I think I took a picture last night. Do I have a way of sharing that? I think I used to know how to do that. But maybe I don't. Well, anyway, I'll post it after. But I had it all spread out. So the first thing you do is, okay, I'm going to be gone for this many days. What am I going to wear? How much do I need? How many sets of underwear? In my case, I'm hoping to work out at least 4 times. So I've got 4 sets because I'm not doing laundry. At least I'm not planning on doing laundry. I've got 4 sets of gym clothes here and shirts and whatnot. I'm going to church tomorrow. So I brought stuff I can wear to church. And then I've got the other clothes. There's another video that I've got that shows you how to fold a dress shirt, so that it doesn't get wrinkled when you go. T-shirts, you can probably roll those up and then they won't wrinkle, but I have the habit of, well, I just leave them as they're folded in the drawer and stick them in. But you can do it that way. So one of the things, I got to dig down to my shoes so I can show you how I pack the shoes. So if you looked at all this stuff when it was spread out on the bed, before I got it in here, you'd think, boy, I'm not sure that's going to fit. At least that's what I said last night. I'm not sure it's going to fit. So you want to put things so that they are, well, obviously so that they fit, but there's some strategies behind it too. You want the heavy things at the bottom of the suitcase. You want to try to get a center of gravity. Whenever I go with if I'm traveling with my carry-on and it's a roller bag, invariably it always wants to tip over because the weight is all away from the wheels. And the way that one happens to be designed, it's the sister one to this set, it's the one smaller than this, it's almost impossible not to have that be the case. So I'm just in the habit now of, if I'm going to stand it up and let it go, I got to make sure it's next to a wall so it doesn't just tip over as soon as I let go of it. But ideally, you get the center of gravity low and towards the bottom. So the heaviest things you want to put in first and towards the bottom. And the other thing you want to think about is, I'd say cleanliness, but that really only matters with the shoes. So this is probably not the best example because I've got a lot of extras. If you're packing for a trip, you want to take just enough of what you need and not extra. If you pack extra, it's because you're not certain about what you're doing. And honestly, I'm not sure all the things I'm going to be doing, but I've got 3 pairs of shoes. I got my exercise shoes, I've got my dress shoes, and I've got some casual dress shoes. But here's the trick I was going to show you. When you're packing your shoes, make sure you got enough socks to go with them. But if you roll them up and shove them in, they act like a shoe tree, so that they keep it so it doesn't collapse too much. And then you've got it in your suitcase. So you're using all the space you've got in your suitcase. And then if you nest shoes, these aren't a pair, but if you nest them like this, then it uses the space better than it would otherwise. One thing, I was going to say, I hope I didn't forget it. Gratefully, I didn't. I have this ready just for travel, on air travel, so I don't repack it. But if you're traveling in air and you've got your toiletries, they're limited on the size that you can take, and they got to be visible, so if they open it up and they can inspect it. So I've got this in here. If I had liquids, then they should be in here. However, I threw a couple of last-minute things in, but again, I'm on a road trip, so I'm just throwing these in the suitcase as I need them, and I don't have weight limits, and once I get it in the car, I don't have to move it again, and it's on wheels, so I could be a little more flexible on this trip than you might want to be on a normal trip if you're packing. So while I'm going over this, if any of you guys have any questions about packing, about travel, drop them in the comments and I'll see if I can answer. I'm just scrolling real fast to see, and it looks like just people popping in and out, which is normal. And for those of you on, I'm glad you're here. Let me show you one. So I think my wife called this a dop kit. I don't know. It's just a toiletry bag where you put stuff in. One thing, I'm going to be gone. I don't know how your lips are, but I get chapped lips. If I run out of this, I want to have a backup. So I try to remember to put that in as I leave. One other point or two. When you're driving and when you're flying, you can wear a lot of stuff that you would pack. So put some layers on. If you wear a jacket and you got pockets, you can put it in there. When you're going through security, easy to take the jacket off. If things are in your pocket, it just goes in one of those totes, goes through the x-ray machine, and you've got it all there. And it doesn't count towards what's going in your checked bag. It doesn't add weight to that. You just have it with you. So you can put on a sweater. It's warmer where I am now, but I had a sweatshirt on the way down that I didn't have to pack because I was wearing it. So those are some tricks that you can have while you're packing to go. One thing you don't want to forget, and I say this from experience, one of my favorite tools is this little pocket knife here, a little Swiss Army pocket knife. I think I use the toothpick more than anything else. But the problem is you can't take this on a plane. And it's so habitual for me to throw this in my pocket that I forget to take it out. If you're not checking a bag, make sure you leave your little pocket knife at home. Otherwise, you're donating it to whoever the TSA gives it to when they take it from you. So on road trips, you don't have to worry about that. So in my toiletry bag too, and I use some caution with this. This is what I do, but I don't want to take 3 different bottles of pills of anything that I might need. So I have in here an antacid, I have ibuprofen, and I have acetaminophen. Now I know what they look like. Actually, it looks like I'm just down to ibuprofen and antacids. So I'll put those in one and just make sure I've got them. If you eat a meal that doesn't agree with you and you get acid indigestion, it's nice to have something with you to address that with, or a headache or something, then it's good to have that with you too. Now, I'm on my way to a convention. Next week, I'm going to be at a convention in Las Vegas. And I like to be a little frugal when I go. So if I have to buy food at a convention center, I'm going to be paying more for it than I would if I, even at a McDonald's or wherever, at a restaurant outside of the convention center. So I throw in things like this, granola bags, trail mix bags, granola bars, and I'll just put 1 or 2 of these in my pocket with me when I leave the hotel in the morning so that I can snack on that and maybe avoid lunch or having to pay concession prices for a lunch at a convention, in this case where I'm going. And then you can, if your hotel room has a fridge, or some of them have kitchenettes, but most of them don't. But most of them do have a little fridge. You can stop at a grocery store, get some drinks, get some snacks, maybe get some yogurt. I usually always try to stay at a hotel that offers the free breakfast, because that's one meal. My snacks take me through lunch, and then I'm just buying dinner, usually with people that I'm there to network with anyway. And you can save yourself some money in that process. So I don't know if I haven't seen any comments pop up with any questions yet. Oh, maybe I haven't been looking. So I'm checking. I know it's real boring to watch a guy scroll in here. And oh, well, cool. From the UK, cool. I love seeing where you guys are joining from too. Yeah, and I think I didn't show everything that's in the toiletry bag, so that's one of the questions. So for me, deodorant. I did talk about the just on-hand medications and very simple ones, antacid, acetaminophen. Usually, I don't have that in here, and ibuprofen. I need Kleenex usually at night, because if I don't have it, I'll need it. If I have it, I probably won't. But I put these little travel ones in here. I have some powder. Whole different video on that. But after the shower, there's parts of your body that really appreciate having a little baby powder. So I got a travel size of that. Toothbrush. Travel size toothpaste. My razor. Oh, the cover must probably fell off. I have a little travel size of Q-tips or cotton swabs. Here's the shaving cream, travel size again. That's usually great for a quick trip to somebody, like if I'm going to visit my daughter in St. Louis, then these are good for if you have an overnight stay in a hotel. Otherwise, when you get there, use the normal size. These cost more per unit ounce, but they're very convenient. They last a while too. I've got some hand lotion. I'm not even sure. Yeah, 3.4 fluid ounces. So that would make it through TSA. I never have it. I never need this. Usually whenever you go to the hotel, they've got some, but just in case, and occasionally I'll take this. So you guys can't see it. I got a cat in the window here. The cat lives here, but but I usually have an extra thing of shampoo just in case either I don't like the brand that's at the hotel, or for some reason I'm somewhere that I need some and I don't have it. And I didn't see, oh, there's my floss. Floss. And in my case, I've got a bridge, so I've got some floss threaders, comb, and I think that's pretty much it. So that's all the stuff. And I usually have an extra toothpaste into just in case so you don't run out. So that's what I've gotten here. Now, non-travel size, I'll usually throw my cologne in before I leave, but knowing I wasn't checking a bag through security, I threw in my hair gel and my hairspray, and I'm liking this kind of toothpaste lately, so I threw the tube of that in. I'll probably use that instead. But those are normally the things that I have in the toiletry bag. So I want to show you one other thing about the, oh, I hate it when it does this. Sorry. The keypad always pops up. Canada, great. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, just in case. Okay, and I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Okay, so one thing you want to, it's kind of fun to get familiar with your suitcase. I guess that sounds like something a dorky engineering guy would say, but if you feel like you can't fit it all in, you got to look at your suitcase, because some of them have, as this one does. Okay, so this is the zipper that zips it closed. And back when I was younger, you would always put a lock on those so that your stuff was safe. Now, you don't put a lock on it because as it goes through security, they may need to check it and open it up. So they just cut it off if you did. So I'm out of the habit of doing that. But this is where it zips closed. Now, somewhere on here, right here, is another zipper. This is an expansion section so that if you unzip that, no, that's the top section. Oh, yeah, okay. The other one has the expansion section. This one has a garment bag section. So you can put a suit in here, suit pants. I just fold them and put them in there and then strap that down so that it keeps, theoretically, you can put a hanger in here with a suit coat, put this strap over the middle of it, fold it down, and this one has a garment bag section. I don't use these much anymore. So, but check yours because it might have, I think the bigger one on this version has a zip that goes around that just adds another inch to the depth of the suitcase too. So, let's see, are there any other tips for packing? I think I said at the outset, but if you weren't here then, always put the electronic stuff, the stuff you're going to need in quick access to. I use this upper pocket. That's true on the roller bag too. So my charging cables, my earbuds, my brick, and other things that I'm going to want to have ready access to if I'm sitting at an airport or sitting somewhere and I need it, or my phone's running out, I'll put that there. Otherwise, just weight at the bottom of the suitcase, pack things efficiently so that you can get everything in you need, and try not to take as much, or try not to take anything more than you will need. It's probably always been the case that I've had more than I've needed. So I probably err on the side of conservatism relative to, am I taking more than I need or not? So those are some practical tips for packing if you happen to be going on a trip. I hope that's helpful for you. If you're watching the replay, great. If you're on live, I'm glad you guys have been here. Let's see. Roll the clothes. Yeah, the roll the clothes like a burrito. That is one. Whenever I'm taking a dress shirt, I don't want to do the roll the burrito because of the collar. I don't like the collar getting bent. But you definitely can roll like a burrito. Well, I did here with my swimsuit. Hoping there's a hot tub that I can enjoy this weekend or this week. Or t-shirts would lend themselves to that. Even pants would work for that too, and not wrinkle when you do it. But that hasn't been my habit personally. So that's a great question though, because a lot of people will do that. A lot of people will roll them as a burrito, like you said, roll them up. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you joined this live stream. I'm hoping to do them every week. I have been doing them every week. Next week, I may be driving home, but I should be hopefully available to do it then too. I hope you guys know I started this page particularly for young men that are growing up without a dad, because that's how I grew up. And so if that's you and you want to follow for more tips, tricks, and encouragement, then I hope you do so. And I hope all of you know that you do have a dad that cares about you. And I will see you on the next live stream or the next video. Have a great weekend, guys.